I'm English, I don't understand.
I'll phone American Express.
Mrs. Kelly, I'll find you a solicitor who speaks English.
Introducing Global Assist from American Express. Membership has its privileges.
Cornwall's Pride, a Ginsters pasty made with prime beef and fresh vegetables, selected swede, potato and onion, and a subtle blend of seasoning. Delicious puff pastry, crimped by hand in the traditional way, and baked to perfection in Cornwall. It's a meal in itself. Ginsters pasties, the pride of Cornwall.
Now we've got this Flotex floor in the kitchen, life is so luxuriously warm and comfortable. And yet one is still blessed with a generous supply of pennies from heaven. Cheers, old chap. And it's quite extraordinary how it just wipes clean. Look at that. You could eat your dinner off it. I said you could eat your dinner off it. Oh, thank you very much. Flotex floors, warm as carpet, clean as vinyl.
Not here yet, then?
No. Only half an hour late.
I don't know why we're going to all this trouble.
He's your brother.
Yeah, you invited them.
All right. Just give me a hand, will you? You just follow me across.
What's all this for?
Uncle Bob and Auntie Jean, of course.
But they phoned this morning to say they couldn't come. Ah.
Alison.
I bet he drinks Carling Black Label. Oh, the next bloke through that door.
Watch out. Gives a pint of aftershave. Whew.
Straight glasser.
Your best bet for a fuller flavour.
An ex-wife, driven to desperation by the cruelties suffered during her marriage, faces a charge of premeditated murder in The Burning Bed. That's our movie after the news headlines. Then, later tonight.
Do you remember? Remember?
Not me. I never lost control.
And what about? Even more Wednesday nostalgia with the best of the Beat Club.
We've made Whiskers even tastier. How will you know? Well, your cat will tell you. Whiskers. Now it's even tastier, and that's better for both of you.
The planet Mars is paradise. Voices are never raised in argument. Never. There's only one sex, so no emotional problems, no fast cars, no noisy discos. Everyone is equal and lives to 803. Me? I sold up and moved to Earth.
Dublin Songs, a musical celebration of 1,000 years of Dublin. Dublin Songs on album, cassette or CD now.
309. You've never been here before.
The world of wood has many enemies. But thanks to ICI, the wood protection range from Dulux keeps the enemy without out, which leaves your wood looking good longer. Dulux Natural Wood Care. It's a rotten world without it.
I'm not really sure how much it's going to be yet.
Well, you only need £1 to open a bonus builder account, so it doesn't matter.
Richard, stand still. Sorry.
Don't worry. Hello. If you have a look at this, and these are the interest rates we're paying currently at each level. You get a higher rate of interest when your balance reaches £500, and then it goes up level by level. And you can get your money whenever you need it.
Dad, what do I get?
You get these. Thanks. I'll nip in tomorrow.
Fine.
Come on, you.
Dad, can I have some money?
No.
The Algerian news agency says there's now little hope of the Kuwaiti hijack ending overnight, despite radio reports from the country that concrete progress had been made in negotiations with the gunmen. Algeria is blaming the intransigence of Kuwait for the delay in a settlement. Meanwhile, Yasser Arafat, the chairman of the Palestine Liberation Organization, which has helped negotiations, claims the hijackers include men from the Iranian government. The Boeing 747 still stands on the runway with 32 hostages aboard, 22 hours after landing at Algiers airport. Cakes and Coca-Cola have been ordered by the gunmen. They'd promised they would release the remaining hostages as soon as they landed. Mediators made 3 visits during the day, and parcels of food and medicines were taken aboard. At one point, one hijacker leaned out of a cockpit window to drape a flag. The 12 hostages freed on Monday have arrived in Kuwait. One of the released said 2 men joined the original hijackers at Mashhad, fueling Kuwaiti suspicions that Iran has been controlling the affair. The freed hostages took with them the bodies of the murdered passengers. The 2 coffins draped in the Kuwaiti flag were carried from the plane by relatives. Shop stewards at Jaguar's Coventry factory meet the workforce later this morning amid hopes that a formula may have been reached to avert a strike. Union leaders have threatened a mass walkout next Monday by shop floor workers in protest at plans to increase production. A man's to appear before magistrates at Batley in Yorkshire this morning in connection with the death of 3-year-old Stephen Jennings, who disappeared more than 25 years ago. Police reopened the case after the discovery of the boy's bones by a man who was out walking his dog. The government has won the emergency Commons debate on its controversial changes to social security payments with a majority of 96. During the debate, Dave Nellis, a Labour MP for Coventry, was ordered out of the chamber for 5 days after continually interrupting the Social Services Secretary, John Moore. Meanwhile, Nobel Peace Prize winner Mother Teresa of Calcutta, who's here on a visit, has been urging Mrs. Thatcher to build homes for the poor and destitute in Britain. Afterwards, she said Mrs. Thatcher would help her work with the homeless. That's it for now. More news later.
Now on Central, Farrah Fawcett stars in The Burning Bed.